messages from our ancestors. This is a timeless reading, but I'm recording it on November the 1st, the Day of the Dead, because I wanted to have this powerful energy that this date provides as a window to tap into our ancestors and receive the messages that they may have for us. In pile number 1, we have tranquility. Pile number 2, we have mother's healing and communicate clearly. And pile number 3, we have divine magic. Before you click to your pile, go ahead and give me a subscribe, hit the like button, and if this message resonates with you when you do go to your pile, let me know in the comments, first, which pile you picked, and 2, if it resonated with you or not. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. All right, pile 1, tranquility. This is your pile. Let's get started. Pile 1, there's a opportunity that you're scared to approach. Maybe you feel like you're not worthy to receive it. But here's the thing, your ancestors set that opportunity up for you. They're saying it's yours for the taking. The news is either you already received the news that that opportunity is here, or the news is on its way. The problem is, what are you going to do about it? We have the Strength card, and we have the Devil. Are you strong enough to take this new path? Are you going to go back to the old karmic cycle that you're comfortable with, but it's leading you nowhere? Your ancestors want you to move forward. This could be a relationship issue, because we have the Hangman, and we have the 3 of Swords, heartbreak and pain. It could be a chance for you to move to a new city. It could be a new person. It could be a new job. It could be a new environment. But you're scared to take this chance. Why are you scared to take this chance, pile 1? Look at time to move on. I have guilty pleasure. Remember I was talking about old karmic cycles? Let me move this down a bit so you can see. You have the strength to move on. Or are you going to get stuck in what you know that is comfortable? What happens if you move on? Peace. Peace. Your ancestors' message for you, pile 1, is peace. Remember, we have the tranquility card. They want peace for you. You've been going through a very stressful time, haven't you? You've been worried about maybe your money, the people that you're with, the drama and the toxic environment that you tend to gravitate towards, even though you know you don't need to be in that environment, yet for some reason it tends to draw you back in, even when you try to pull yourself out of it. You deserve so much more. They want you to realize how beautiful and how strong you are. They feel like you are not taking advantage of your talents and skills in this lifetime. They wish for you to embrace the new, as scary as it may be. This is a channel message for you guys. Embrace the new, as scary as it may be, because in the new, you find peace. They love you, and they love any decision that you take, that you make. They will support you, more or less. More or less. But overall, if you choose to continue in this karmic cycle, they will not leave you. They will not be disappointed. They just know that now is not the right time for you to move forward. For those of you who will take the opportunity to move forward, keep an eye on the candle, guys, as I talk. That's ancestors talking to you guys. If for those of you who will take the leap forward to move forward, there's an opportunity that's available to you that will bring you all the things that you did not think you were worthy of. All the things that you what just flew out was friends with benefits. I think it felt like it was like it took that out of your life. Like friends with benefits, like no, you deserve more than friends with benefit. That's what it felt like. Like this is subtracted it from you. They really feel like you are not receiving what you deserve. There's a spiritual cleansing that needs to be had. That spiritual cleansing could just be as simple as lighting a candle. They just told me to tell you. It could be as easy as just having a nice, long spiritual bath or meditation. It could be done during a yoga session. It's just tapping into your essence. Thinking about all the things that is not serving you and releasing it. They want me to take this card and turn it over. This is not serving you. Narcissistic traits from other people, that's no longer serving you. It's just a matter of you realizing it. They're very protective of you in the sense of a overbearing parent or a grandparent protective of their grandchild. And they also like to spoil you with candies and little gifts that they tend to leave around for you to find. Like if you see a quarter on the street, you know, things like that, and you go, ooh, that's them speaking to you. They really wish you spoke to them more. They're saying that they're around you all the time. Especially for one person, if somebody recently deceased, and when I mean recently, I mean in the last 6 weeks to 6 months, somebody recently deceased, female, and they're saying that they wash over your bank account for you. Reality, ecstasy, and fertility. Her 2 men. Ooh, child. Yes. Are you the one who's defensive, or are they? A new love offer that's coming towards you. There's a 50% chance you're going to turn it away. That's all I have for you, Pal 1. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, please go ahead and leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching again. Until next time. All right, Pal number 2. If you pick to communicate clearly and the Mother Healing card, this pile is for you. Let's go ahead and get started. I've gone through shit, pal. I just got a WhatsApp message from my cousin. It said something like, I don't know what this is, but if you know anyone who needs it, look into it, or something like that, because you know it's a pop-up, so I couldn't read the whole thing. I have a feeling that got something to do with this. I just recorded a week ahead reading, Pile 2, that you might want to take a look at. Outside of that, the message from your ancestors is, and I'll link that video, that week ahead video, in the description. The message from your ancestors is that you've gone through a whole lot. You've been through it. You struggled. You, instead of going towards what you wanted in life, you settled in order to please other people. It took a lot of strength for you actually to not go after your dreams to please others. It could have been because you had to care for somebody. It could also be that you were gaslit into thinking that you couldn't do what you wanted to do. Like maybe you wanted to go away to school and someone told you, you're not smart enough. You can't do that. You can't afford school, you know? Like they told you, they just kept throwing obstacles in your way and you believed them because this is someone that you trusted in your life. It could have very well been a parental person, a guardian, a mom, someone that you, a mentor, female, definitely female energy, somebody who opinion you valued, an aunt, an older cousin. They were jealous of you. They were extremely jealous of you because they saw the star that you are. So they were trying to take that away from you. This is the life you were meant to have. Ten of Pentacles. Instead, they wanted you to live in a servant lifestyle where you always needed them, and also they created these moments in your life where they kind of disrupted everything. The message from your ancestors is it's time for you to move forward. The message from your ancestors is you need to cut this person out of your life. And the message from your ancestors is this is going to take a lot of strength for you to do, but it needs to be done. They're begging you to move forward because you are missing out on so many different opportunities in your life. They want you to know that settling is no longer an option for you. They are not allowing you to do it. If you watched my channel before, you may have heard me say there's an easy way and a hard way to do things. And there's times in our lives where our spiritual team, including our ancestors, will take over. And that's the hard way of getting things done. Because when they take over, they're like a bull in a teacup store. They'll just they'll knock everything down to get things done. There's no finesse to it. There's an easy way. The easy way will be for you to do it. They're saying your time is up. They're saying you had your opportunity to take better care of yourself and you are not doing it. So move to the side. And we are going to be guiding you through this tower moment that you're in, which means they're probably going to be knocking people out of your life that doesn't need to be in there. And I don't mean knocking like the Godfather. Like it's not like on that level. No one's gonna wake up with a horse in their bed. This is about like people are just gonna. You're gonna see who people really are, and because you're gonna see who they really are, you're gonna realize that you do not need them in your life. Unfortunately, look at that. Let go of control issues. Unfortunately, that could hurt. Seeing someone's true character and you thinking that they were always there for you, they always care about you, and then you learn they were stabbing you in the back the whole time or talking crap about you the whole time and so forth. So be prepared for that, especially since this is Scorpio. This is timeless, but if you're watching this during Scorpio season, that's a lot of juju when it comes to revealing secrets. So that's gonna be happening for you. And I don't mean like they're telling me to tell you. This is not a warning. This is not a if you like us to intervene. No, they're saying this is happening and we're just sending you a memo because they truly love you. And they're like, this can't continue. You cannot continue this way. It's so hard for them to see you being used and abused the way you've been used and abused. It makes them cry, because I feel like crying right now. It makes them cry. You guys have gone through a lot. This is like the trauma pal. You need a virtual hug, pal. And your ancestors, they love you so much and they want to care for you so much, and they're Yes, we have free will, but they're like, look, you can keep doing what you're doing. In the meantime, we're gonna take care of some things on the back end for you because we can see that you're overwhelmed and you need help. So this is your memo that's happening. They want you to love yourself first. Affirmations of love, of self-love will help you. I've done them. There's a I'll add a link to one with Lemire. She did a great one that you could purchase and you could listen to while you're sleeping, and it's like a reprogramming, so to speak, but for self-love. You know, release your ex, release the drama, release the toxic, release the family members in your life that is driving you into this toxic energy. Sometimes you gotta fire your family members. You know, sometimes you gotta do it. Religious factors. They want you to seek your own spiritual path. They're saying, don't let anyone else dictate how you practice your spirituality. Just because it's not what your family does doesn't make it wrong. It means that doesn't work for you, and insert this spiritual practice here works for you instead. And one more card. I have forgiving and learning. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from the people that have hurt you, because in all those instances, they taught you a lesson, because now you know what, oh, now you know the face of evil, I just heard. And now that you know what evil truly looks like, you'll be more able to recognize it in those that come across as angels. You'll be able to see the demon mask underneath. In the extended I'm about to do, I'm going to look into how you could continue your healing process. I'm also going to be asking your ancestors what they have planned for you that they're planning to take over. All right. Yeah, they said they're going to tell me. They said, yeah, we'll tell you. Somebody been telling you a lot of lies. Pile number 2. I have the Wheel of Fortune. Karma's in play for them. Like, actually a gang. A gang of female warriors coming in to protect you. All right, Pile 2, thank you so much. If you're leaving me here, I appreciate you. Please make sure you subscribe. Every subscribe helps. Every likes helps. Every comment helps me grow on YouTube. I appreciate your support. I return your energy back to you. I return my energy back to me. And until next time, bye-bye. Pile 3, this is your reading. Thank you so much. If you haven't already done so, please share, like, subscribe to this channel. Every share, like, subscribe, and comment helps this channel grows. It helps YouTube know that this video is worth watching, and it shares it out to others. So I really appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and get started with your messages from your ancestors. A message from your ancestors. Your ancestors wants you to know that the pain that you have gone through in the past was necessary in order for you to achieve what you're currently achieving right now. All right, you're being told that your prayers has been answered, and to stop living in this feeling of want and need. Because what you don't realize is this is the past. This is past energy for you. Then you don't realize it, because on the outside, everything is still the same, you know? Things haven't changed for you. You still might be struggling to pay all the bills. You still might have I just heard creditors knocking at your door. You still might be single. You still might be in a loveless relationship. You still might have a job that you don't like. But here they're saying that everything that you have gone through and has led to you to this journey. And it's a journey of renewal and understanding. Your ancestors are saying, we are so sorry that we had to stand back and watch you go through this. But we have been in collaboration with your spiritual energy for quite some time. And we know that this is something that needed to be done to help you get to where you are. Some people need to go through these tower moments, these traumas, to get them to a point where they have the skill sets to be of service to others, and you had to be one of those people. It's so funny. I just sent a Patreon post, and in it I used the meme from the Hunger Games. I offer myself up as tribute. You came on this planet and you offer yourself up as tribute to go through this. This was like a crash course to get your it's as if you said I'm trying to figure out how to say this because I'm seeing it, but how do I put to words what I'm visualizing is a little bit difficult. But it's as if you sat down at a meeting and you said with your advisors, when I go to Earth, I want to do this, this, and this. And they were like, that's a lot. Do you want to take it back a little bit? And you're like, no, I want to finish this. I want to finish this. Like, you decided to take all the honor classes in the same year instead of spacing it all out. And they were like, that's a lot of studying. That's a lot of work. You're going to be putting yourself through a lot, and it's not needed. Don't need it. You don't have the karma necessarily for you to justify going through this. It's not required. And you're like, I know it's not required. It's what I want. And so they said, well, okay. And so they, you guys created a plan, your roadmap to getting through one lesson after another, after another, after another to Earth. And for the most part, it played out. Even though it's the plan that you wanted, they softened it a lot because you really were going hardcore. Like, you were trying to get an A plus 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 plus. They were like, an A is good. You still pass with an A. You're like, no, I want all the bonus credits. This is what all the bonus credits looks like times 20. And you been through a whole lot. And at times you probably felt like God has abandoned you, or your ancestors, or your spiritual team, or your angels, or however you practice your faith. That's not the case. Your ancestors wanted you to know that even though they wanted to help you, they could not. They had to let this happen. There's times when it was driving them insane because they had to step back and watch their golden child go through so much heartache and pain. But it was a lesson that you wanted, is what you volunteered for. And I'm saying this knowing that this might be triggering for some people, because some people have gone through lessons that have been detrimental to their mental health and to their physical being. And for me to sit here and say you chose this is very harsh. But there's some lessons in human form that can only be learned through a first person point of view. And again, you volunteer yourself as tribute. The reason why, you're probably wondering, okay, why, right? Is because it offered you a higher level of empathy that other people cannot achieve or duplicate. And it opened up a treasure trove of psychic gifts and talents that that multiply your talents in this lifetime and future lifetimes. So it's like it took everything you learned in the past, all your psychic gifts, your talents, your wisdom, carried it over into this lifetime. And then you've gone through these cycles of pain and hurt and suffering to amplify those gifts, because there are some gifts that are only unlocked through trauma and healing. And so you wanted to unlock all those things because you're like, I have a mission, not just in this life, like I have a mission in my soul life that I need to achieve. So I'm going to use this life on this planet to unlock as many gifts as I can to carry over into my next lives. Does it suck? Yes. Does it hurt? Yes. Is knowing this going to comfort you in any way, shape, or form because of the things that you've gone through? I mean, that I cannot say. It depends on your level of pain and suffering. But your ancestors want me to tell you they are so sorry. They are so sorry to have to sit back and watch you go through this. I just heard they're following instructions. But there's hope, because it feels like for those that pick this PAL, I would say you're nearly complete in this cycle. There's a little bit of fragments left to heal, but for the majority, it got to a point where now you're healing and now you're unlocking all your gifts and talents. I did a What's Hidden in Your Akashic Records reading on my Patreon. I highly recommend that you watch it, which means you have to join my Patreon. And I know that sounds like I'm baiting you to join my program, but this really feels like if you watch that reading, it would help explain this more. And for those on Patreon who have watched that reading, there is a PAL that talks about a secret agent. Not a literal secret agent, but like I use that verbiage in the reading, and that applies to this reading as well. They wanted me to share with you the story of Oprah and how Oprah is like one of the most famous women in the world and one of the richest people in the world. And her history is tragic. She was SA as a child, and it's a lot. It's a lot that I don't want to speak on because of YouTube. But she went through a lot of trauma, and that trauma shaped her into being who she is now. Because when she was doing the Oprah Winfrey Show, and even now, she exhibited a level of empathy towards the people that were on the show, which is what made her so famous, because she was able to connect with the people she was interviewing as well as her audience. And that grew into her wanting to change the format of her show and then tap into a more spiritual element to it and a healing element to it and so forth. And you're like, I'm no Oprah, but you are like, this is a similar path where you went through a lot of pain, and it's through that pain you became the person that you are. They keep showing me the sword as if it's Arthur pulling the sword from the stone and becoming the defender of the lands. You pull that sword out of the stone. Your ancestors wish you just knew it. unfortunately, you forgot a lot of the lessons that you yourself learned in your past life. And I'm going to talk about that in the extended, because it needs to be talked about. So that's going to be available in the extended. But they're saying that if you remembered your previous lessons, you will know that you are one of the chosen ones. You're one of the golden children, and it's a journey that is wrought with perils, and you have gone through them with such honor and a discipline that they are impressed with the level of achievements that you have accomplished. And they want you to know that even though it may seem like you've been on your own your whole life, you have not. It's just that they, up to now, has been sitting on the sidelines. You may notice that you're getting more prophetic dreams. The reason why you're having those dreams is because you're awakening into your inner truth, your inner knowledge, and the potential for you to jump into different timelines so you could remember the things that happened in the past so you could incorporate it into the future has been expedited, because you have exhibited a level of skill that few humans can process. They're telling me like top 2%, to 1 to 2% of humans have the talent and skills that you do. And they want me to keep saying, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It has not been easy for them to watch you go through this. It's been harder for you to go through this, especially thinking that you're going through this alone. You have never been alone. They're saying you've never been alone. We've always been there for you. Channel message. You've never been alone. We have always been there for you. It's just been based on the instructions that we received that we could not until now speak to you or intervene. And that hollowness that you felt your entire life, that is just now started to be filled, is something that will haunt them forever. And it's because of that they are forever in your servitude, because they want to make up to you what you have gone through, even though they know they cannot. Because to see one of their own go through so much hurt and pain without help in the 3D or help from the ethers wreck their souls. They hope that you could forgive them. They hope that together we can move on into a place where we will work together to help you succeed in this life and all lives. And know that you can reach out and talk to them whenever you like. They are here to help guide you, support you, love you, protect you. All you have to do is ask. I feel like crying, Pal 3. I feel like crying because they are crying. There is so much trauma and pain for you. And you've gone through so much trauma and pain. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this to the extended. For those who are not going to join me on Patreon, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye-bye.